Oh man. Before I start this video, I thought I'd share this picture I drew yesterday. Let me know what you think. Does it look like the original? I think I screwed up somewhere. Anyways, I got this message on Facebook, and it's actually a real message from a real person, unlike those videos where I made fake letters from Mibby Moldstatter and other people. What was the other ones? I think Bobbertson was one of them. But this one's actually real, from a real person that actually watches my videos. So anyone who has any questions, I do encourage you to submit them in a comment or message me on Facebook or YouTube or whatever. Here goes. Hi Mike, I'm actually starting on making vlogs. May I ask for tips on how to make it actually good so people won't get bored? This is a great question. I think it's time for
hardcore vlogging tips.
If you're new to vlogging and just starting out, the first thing you really need to do is practice getting used to being in front of a camera. To prepare for making a video, you gotta get your face loosened up a little bit. Here's a few face loosening exercises. Okay, first what you gotta do is make a small O with your mouth, and then continually make the small O and stretch out as wide as you can. Just go. And just kind of keep repeating that. That really stretches out the lips and the face. Do about 20 reps to get you warmed up. So just. And then after that, do a little bit of a face massaging. Just massage the cheeks, massage the chin, massage under the eyes. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, by the way. That's ridiculous. But seriously, you really do need to get used to being in front of a camera. It's not like a normal conversation where you're explaining something to someone else. You don't get someone's approval. You don't get someone nodding as if they agree or laughing to whatever you're saying. It's really hard to carry on a conversation with yourself when you're talking to an inanimate object. I'm just in my room right now talking to myself, talking to this electrical box with a little circle. This is just a circle. It's not reacting to what I say. I'm not carrying on a conversation with someone. So in a sense, it's more of like a speech, or it's something you have to plan out, and it's something that you really have to get used to. It's really weird at first. You tend to be camera shy, and getting used to it and getting better at it really comes with practice. When you're first starting out, it could be really hard to come up with what you're going to say. For your first few videos, I would start out simple just to get used to things. One recommendation I would have for your first video is to introduce yourself to everyone. No one has seen you before, no one knows what you're about, so just kind of say some basic facts about yourself. Maybe talk about where you're going to school, or if you're in university, talk about what course you're taking. Like if you're in biology, talk about how you're in biology. Talk about passions that you have. If you like playing music, talk about that. If you like doing a certain activity, maybe you like cars, just talk about yourself. Let people know who you are. Sort of like when you're introducing yourself to a new friend, or you're introducing yourself to a new employee. Just kind of talk about yourself a little bit. Try to mention things that make you unique. One good idea for a video is just to mention 5 facts about yourself. 5 things that make you unique, things that you are proud of that a lot of people might not know about you, and then just kind of list them out and then talk about them. Maybe say, fact number 1, I like lobster. And that doesn't really offer that much explanation actually. But, or maybe a better example is fact number 2, I play bass. I've been playing bass for about 8 years now. I really like bands like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. John Frusciante is one of my favorite artists. I like the band Blonde Redhead. My style is usually a lot of funk. I like a lot of reggae. I like to come up with my own techniques when I'm playing my bass. And kind of think outside the box in the ways that I approach things rather than just looking at tabs or whatever. I kind of try to stretch my mind a bit. See, something like this is easy. It's easy to come up with 5 facts about yourself. And it's easy to talk about those 5 things if they are very close and dear to you and it's something that you're passionate about. I just thought at the top of my head that I play bass and I was able to improv and kind of elaborate on what I was talking about. Rather than just saying, I played bass for 8 years, I was able to talk about my types of music that I play, the way I approach things, stuff like that. Another thing that used to be common on YouTube that I don't really see as much anymore is a video called 50 Things in My Room, where you just look around your room and you could be like, highlighter, burn CDs about public speaking that are upside down, and just kind of list them out. It's kind of like a fun video. It's good because it's simple and it really gets you to practice editing. If you do a video called 50 Things in Your Room and you show 50 different things, then you get a lot of practice editing because you have to make essentially 50 different cuts. And on top of this, if you want to get more in depth with your video, you could talk about the items that are in your room that are important to you. Like highlighter, there's nothing that special about a highlighter, but I could tell you that I've been using this to highlight certain notes that I have in my journal here. This is where I write all my scripts, and now it's becoming more about this than the highlighter. But I use this highlighter to highlight certain notes that I have. Also, this public speaking CD that I was just talking about, I want to learn how to communicate better in these videos and in real life. I have a lot of ideas, and it's a lot better when I could communicate my ideas effectively and argue effectively if I have a certain argument or a certain point. If I know when I was younger I always had a lot of ideas that were really good and made sense to me, but I just couldn't find the words to say it. Or sometimes I would, but it just wouldn't come out right. I wouldn't accentuate my words properly. So that's something I'm personally doing to actually help my vlogging and my videos, is really pay attention to different methods that other public speakers have said. I know this isn't public speaking, but still a lot of the same concepts really apply. Once you have an idea and you're ready to make a video, make sure you are properly framed. A good rule of thumb is have your eyes about the top 1/3 or 1/4 of the screen. Make sure you're not like way too high, so you're making a video. I could still make eye contact, but it still kind of looks awkward. Or too low. I just look short and kind of, I don't know, not on the same level as you. A good idea is to get level with your camera and be about eye level with the lens of your camera. I'm about straight on with my eyes to my camera right now. Also, a good idea is to get good lighting. Now, I have to admit that my lighting could be better. It's not bad. But I know a lot of professionals do things called 3-point lighting, where they also have a light behind them, which is called a hair light, and that makes people be able to kind of pop out from their backgrounds a bit. For me, like, I don't have a backlight, so everything kind of looks all even and blends together. But one day I will buy another light so I could have like a hair light too, and it really makes you pop out from your background. But anyway, make sure at least your main light is in front of you. Sometimes if you have a really bright light, it could really overexpose your face and it doesn't look too good. So a good rule of thumb is to bounce the light off something so it kind of diffuses the light more evenly. So right now I don't have my light shining directly at my face. I actually have it bounce off my white wall. And a lot of people have done things in the past where they bounce their light off of like a white Bristol board. I think that's what Dan Brown actually used to do. I don't know if he does that anymore, but he used to just take a lamp or his lighting and bounce it off a white Bristol board so it came back a lot smoother on his face. Make sure there's not too much light behind you, because as you can see it looks pretty bad. My face is kind of dark and then there's just kind of a lot of shine coming from behind me. Make sure you're not making a video where there's an open window behind you and it's the middle of the day. the same effect will happen. When you start talking, make sure you throw passion and energy into it. You don't have to yell, but at the same time, don't talk monotone. Don't talk bored. Be like, hey guys, I don't know what to talk about today. I just kind of wanted to start making a video, and here's my video, I guess. I'm not really that interested or anything, but I saw other people making videos, and you know, that as a general rule of thumb, if you sound bored in your videos, then other people watching the video will be bored. No one wants to be sitting around a mopey, bored person, and nobody wants to watch a video of someone being mopey and bored. It's that simple. If you want people to be excited about your videos, be excited in your videos. If you want people to leave and be bored with your videos, be bored and unenergetic in your videos. Pay attention to other vloggers, how they use their voice. Think about people on the radio personalities, how they project their voices. Think about the ways you would talk to if you were talking to a crowd or a group of people. Practice accentuating your words so your words are clear and concise rather than mumbly or drifting off. With YouTube, you have the power of editing. So if you notice that you stumble over a word, or you say a lot in a sentence, or you kind of drift off or mumble or something, then restate that sentence, say it over, and edit that sentence in rather than the one where you were kind of drifting off. This sentence itself I said about 3 times until I got it right. Practice using your body language, practice using your hands. If you look at all of the good YouTubers, they all use their hands, they all have good body language. That is the same thing when you are public speaking. Good speakers have good body language. It really helps them drive the point home. It makes videos a lot less boring because you're not just sitting there watching a talking head. You actually see some movement, some passion in their voice. If you look at good vloggers like John Green, Hank Green from the Vlog Brothers, I like watching Mr. Repsion a lot, and The Amazing Atheist are some of my favorite vloggers as of right now. And you'll notice that they are very heavy hand talkers and use their hands a lot. Now, if you're not a hand talker in real life, this might be a little bit difficult. This will take some practice. I'm not a huge hand talker in my real life day to day. I use them a little bit, but so this is something that I myself have to practice a lot in my videos, and it takes some time, it takes some practice to get used to, but at first try to force yourself a little bit, kind of use your hands, and overall it will become more natural. When you are explaining something, stating an opinion, or making an argument, if you could make that argument with fewer words, then do so. If it takes you 5 minutes to make a point that you could have really clearly done in 1 minute, then opt for the 1 minute. Don't ramble too much. It's okay if you ramble a little bit like I am in this video, but make your points and move on. It's really good to write your script out first, or at least make some points first. I have this whole video scripted out, and I'm actually improving most of this, but I'm still following the same points as the script. If you want to start making vlogging more seriously, it's really good to start making some YouTube friends. Find other vloggers and comment on their videos. If you find other vloggers who are just starting up as well, they will really appreciate your comments, and you're more likely to become friends with them. You're at the same level, you're both amateur vloggers just starting out. I mean, if you left a comment on Wheezy Waiter's video, you might not have him watch your video just from the pure fact that he has thousands of comments on his videos. But someone who's just starting out or only has a few hundred subscribers, they read all of the comments, and they will start to get to know you if you consistently leave comments on other people's videos. Start making video responses. This way other people will see it. You might get some more subscribers from the subscriber base of whoever you left a video response to, and the person themselves will be able to see the video response. Make it relevant. Don't just make it for the sake of making a video response. Actually put some thought and effort into what you're going to say. If you ever see a video where you say to yourself, wow, I actually have some comments or some things to say, then go ahead and make a video response. I don't see this as much as I used to back in the day, but if you see any collabs going on, participate in collabs. Everyone in the collab will be watching that video, so you'll make a lot of friends because, well, you want to get to know the people that you actually worked on that video with. And I've actually done this myself, where I got a bunch of people to submit videos for collabs. Like, I've done one where it was a show and tell collab, where I got you guys to just show stuff in your room, and I edited it all together. And I'm sure since you guys who were in the collab were passionate and kind of had some personal emotion behind it, I guess, probably got to know the other people who participated in the collab as well. Okay, that's all the tips I have for now. If you are a video blogger or make videos, leave it as a video response to this video. And if you don't make videos but you are thinking of starting to make videos and you do make a video, leave it as a response to this video. And if you are not interested whatsoever, still, please leave me a comment letting me know who your favorite vlogger is. Or video maker if you're not that much into vlogging. But considering that you sat through this entire video, I have to bet that you at least like vlogging somewhat. Peace.
Marino videos. Bow!